I'm Alejandra Scampini. I'm Uruguayan. I'm a women's rights activist and a feminist. I think that I'm very excited about what is going on now in US after the elections, after reading recently this article by Boaventura, one of the great philosophers and followers of World Social Forum. He said, well, we have a black in the White House and what that it means. And I think that this is the first thing that we have to celebrate. You see, the fact that we have a black person in a country that have struggled so much to achieve equality and fight against discrimination, against racism. I think this is one piece of victory that we cannot just, overlooked, and we have to celebrate. I think that also, I think that because of also the communication and the possibility of being together with the US people, following all this process has been so exciting, seeing how people really trusted in the process and trusted this possibility and maintain their hopes, even if we were, outside waiting for a disaster to come out at any moment. I think that this was exciting to see people really trusting democracy again and thinking about the possibility of change. And I don't know whether the American people, women and men up there, know how excited we are about this. I don't know if you perceive the excitement and the expectation that we have on all of you.
Can I test that?
No, we don't. So I think it's that, and the fact that the messages that Obama has been given to all of us outside in his speeches have been very exciting about the fact how he will be supporting peace, how he will be supporting human rights. And for us who have been activists in the human rights world, this is a very important message, and we don't want to miss this opportunity. We want to celebrate with him, we want to work with him. Coming from a region where US policy has a great impact, especially in the most impoverished countries, in the least developed countries, where US policies and US aid has a great impact on the economic policies, on sexual health and reproductive rights policies. I think that we are expecting a lot of changes, especially in terms of the fight against AIDS. We hope that Obama really strives for change, and we can really look at AIDS in a more comprehensive way and try to counteract the damages that the US policy has been doing so far in a region that has depended so much on the monies of US and these conservative policies of US in terms of fidelity have been really have provoked many deaths in our region, especially attacking poor women in rural areas where only the aid of US or donors' monies that have the influence of US policies have affected. And I think that this is one of the things that we want right away to see changes on the sexual health and reproductive rights policies. I think this is one big move that we have to work together, I think, with the activists in the US. We have, I think, a possibility to inform much better now. There is this possibility of dialogue with the activists, with the lobbyists in the US, in the Congress, to talk to them more openly about what has been the damage so far and how they can contribute now to improve the lives of the poor people, of the poor women, especially now if we're talking about financial crisis. Health services are gonna be seeing the budget cuts, and we are gonna be needing so much the support also from the outside. And I think that you guys have the opportunity to really be doing the right things. We need to inform much more you about what has been the lessons outside. I think that the Americans have the tendency to look to themselves so much and they have only seen black and white on things. Now there is a moment in which we can talk about complexities, we can talk about diversities, and I'm very hopeful that that there is this openness to dialogue. Coming also from a region where we have little pots of hopes in several countries, I know that this is also not easy. So I also think I have to say to the American people to be patient, to really give Obama and the people the time, that the scenario is very complex right now, and that changes, as much as we want them, it's very difficult to achieve them right away. And we are all part of that change. We cannot just, as much as we participated in the election, we have to continue to be around them. We have to be watching what they do, demanding when they do the things in a wrong way, but also celebrating with them all along in every step that they take. I think that this is something that I would like to say to you, that from a region in which we have had dictatorships and seen people killed for 30 years to achieve to have a left government now in place, and we haven't seen the changes from one day to another. Actually, we have seen many drawbacks in many of our countries, but this cannot diminish your hope or your possibility to continue pushing for more. We have to understand the people that are in power that we are there, that we are watching, that we will be continuing watching together with them. That are important pieces that we cannot forget, and I think that human rights is something that we have to be all along be watching with them. What is it that they are doing to advance in the human rights framework? And but we have to also acknowledge that that U.S. power today, it's not the same as 10 years ago, and there are other circumstances in the global scenario that can affect their possibilities to move forward. So we have to be able to look around ourselves to understand the global context in which we are, and not just blaming our national context, but just try to understand that we need to give them some time, especially when we are talking about people that, I don't know if this will be the case of the people with Obama, but in my region many people have not had the expertise or the skills to be in power. So we also need to train these people about the policies, about the impact, inform, give more evidence. These are the things that I think that we can do together with civil society in US. It's now there is more room for that dialogue, for this sincere dialogue, for trusting that the US policy can really be good to us, and that we can actually sit on the same table and think of US as an ally in the negotiating tables. I don't want to be naive also. I don't want to be naive, but I do think that Obama has to know, and the people with Obama have to know, that there are a lot of expectations and they cannot just miss this opportunity. They have to be creative, they have to be innovative, they have to bring back the politics and not just and just understand what is going on right now. The market has not been the solution that we all thought. So there are many lessons right now, and there is a crisis right now, and we have to use this crisis to really move forward, and not just repeat the same model again and again. And I think that just that, let's give us some time to celebrate. There are not many times in which we can celebrate these things, and we can do many analyses about the challenges, but let's celebrate together this opportunity.